can't tell you the number of times someone has come into my office complaining about a condition that has been reoccurring, even though they searched the internet and asked their friends' advice and have done everything they know to do. One of the main reasons for evasive issues or problems that keep coming back is that there is a difference between being statically fit and strong and being dynamically able to accurately use that fitness and strength. What do I mean by that? Well, let's use a well-used analogy. Like a bull in a china shop. The reason we say this is because we would like to expect that the bull can move through the china shop without any damage occurring. Sounds reasonable, I guess, but what happens is high levels of destruction, sometimes at levels we weren't even expecting. Many of us are like the bull, strong, fit, eager, and our injury like the china dishes that get destroyed. Each time we let the bull loose in the china shop, it does the same thing. Destruction! Crash! Boom! Bang! The bull ravages the shop and chaos seems to ensue. And we scratch our heads again, and we wonder, what is the problem? We've tried all sorts of things. What can we do to keep this bull from destroying our china? This is an analogy that represents what many people are having trouble with. Static strength and fitness with real-world dynamic performance. Static strength is what you can do at the gym. You can do 50 sit-ups, leg press 100 pounds, and do lunges until the cows come home. Dynamic performance is the ability to use that static strength in the real-world application. If you can do amazing things in the gym, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can do them in the real world. That's because in the real world, things are different. During an extended activity like walking, we need to be able to sustain muscle contractions for long periods of time, coordinate muscle contractions with other muscles that we don't usually use together in the gym, and also respond to events occurring around us, such as changes in the terrain, the weather, and annoying dogs that chase us. One of the better ways of finding underlying sources of reoccurring or potential problem is by performing a full body assessment. It is comprised of 3 parts. 1, a full structural assessment. 2, a functional assessment. And 3, a slow motion video dynamic treadmill assessment. This is a great way of assessing current structural and functional capacities and seeing the body in action. Let's take a moment and look at how that works. During the structural assessment, the health and functionality of the bones and joints of the skeleton are determined. Ranges of motion, joint function, and identification of any congenital issues are determined. These types of problems are cornerstones of current and potential injury since they create musculoskeletal imbalance that result in altered movement patterns and joint damage. Now, the functional assessment will determine muscular function. Problematic muscles are categorized as dominant, inhibited, shortened, etc. These issues are associated with either compensations to structural issues or results of poor technique and coordination. Poor muscular function is associated with discomfort, inefficiency, and eventually fatigue. The dynamic portion will show the movement of the body in real time. How is the body actually moving with all factors considered? Now, the brain is amazing at being able to stay focused on the end goal, getting from point A to point B. Many times people are not even aware that they're walking like a crab in order to get to their destination because of their underlying structural and functional limitations. The slow motion video assessment can help reveal these movement patterns that are otherwise difficult to see with the naked eye. So, if we go back to our troubled bull and perform a full body assessment on him, we end up with a bigger picture of what's happening and a better understanding of why he can't seem to make it through the shop. Upon closer evaluation of his structural assessment, it's revealed that several joints are compromised and not able to reach full ranges of motion without pain. Functional assessments reveal that he has restricted muscle function and tightness. Dynamically, the slow motion videography shows an awkward and inefficient movement reflective of structural and functional issues and the brain's ability to try and compensate. This compensated movement causes him to lurch and move in ways eventually causing damage. Now, knowing the bigger picture, we feel just a little bit more compassionate and understanding for the bull and why he couldn't perform. It's like a perfect storm. Everything goes wrong, and it's not that he can't do it, but that a sequence of events occurs that keeps him in a bad place. Identifying what is making up this perfect storm and resolving those issues will fix his problems and is a good plan for success. Once a walker is able to identify the underlying structural, functional, and dynamic issues they're dealing with, then a plan of action can be laid out as to how to best resolve their issues.